Welcome back to the good show, powered by Asus. I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like I've just been abusive to everybody, but I don't feel like I've...
It's the usual run of the mill sort
no,
of thing, man.
but it feels like I'm just saying stuff that is true, and people are trying to make me feel guilty or something. I don't know why. I don't feel guilty, though.
No, you don't. You're a sociopath.
And I mentioned before that Afine was one of the people on Own3D, and he was doing something for gamers in terms of, like, you know, partnerships and joining the network, and he would, you know, help make sure they do things legally and do things properly. And I said that he would restream other people's content and put his camera feed on top of it, which isn't legal. And when I said cam, it might have sounded like scam. And I actually had someone from Afine contact me, one of the managers. So we might have them on just to chat to. So why the fuck not?
Why not, man?
But they do like unionforgamers.com. Have you heard it? Union for Gamers. It's part of the Curse network that Afine runs up. And it has like YouTube network on there and live stream network, etc. But yeah, I just found it very ironic that Afine was like, hey guys, work with me, I'll make sure you do this all properly. And then he starts restreaming Twitch content on Own3D, like World of Warcraft tournaments, and puts his camera in the bottom so you see his little face, and that apparently is fine, which I found highly amusing. So we'll see if we have anybody from Afine come on, just to, I don't know, as if the... I don't know, I added him on Skype, but like I don't see his name anywhere. I've got some guy called Mitch who messaged me. Yeah, I added him, yeah.
Then look for search for Reese. Yeah,
No?
No.
Let me add him again.
Is that his name?
Contacts.
That's his ID that he gave me.
Alright, I'm going to add people, add contact. I added him, and I recognise his little face as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, send request. Okay, I sent a request. Smiley face. We've lost Mike. I don't know where Mike's gone.
Oh, shit, right.
Shit, I didn't even notice.
I didn't even know.
Ah, there he is. We might as well talk to him. Let's talk to Reese from Afine and ask him what he's doing on Own3D or what his plans are as well, because that would be interesting enough. And if he says, I said, Afine's scamming people, I said he's camming himself.
Ask him what his role is.
Let's... Can I call you? Maybe. What a great song. We got to be finished by 40 minutes, otherwise we're going to miss Kevin Lin on Climbing the Ladder. So many good shows happening lately in esports.
So he's just abandoned us. Come back for SE2 stuff. He doesn't have a laptop. Boo fucking who.
Wait, we're waiting. The whole show's on pause for Reese right now, Reese. Alright, he's going to get on his laptop and we'll talk to them in just a moment. I was just going to have a go at Richard and Foreign, just out of my own personal opinion, because they were on, I think it was Climbing the Ladder, and they were basically saying passion is like, everyone says they've got it and they're tired of hearing about it, or Richard was, not Foreign. And he was just basically saying, yeah, like passion, you know, it's like everyone says, yeah, I'm passionate when they come in for jobs on esports, and they were just like, yeah, bored of hearing it. And in some way, I can understand their point, because when people come and say, hey, I want a job, and you say, what can you do? They say, I'm really passionate about esports, and that's probably where they're coming from. But the fact is, it's like that passion is what gets you anywhere within esports anyway, and that's what really pissed me off about it, because it was like, I remember my mum saying to me, she said, you were one lazy fucking git. I think that's actually what she said. I'm not paraphrasing. She was like, you were a lazy fucking git until you found something to be passionate about. And that kind of, and it annoyed me, because I was like, if I didn't have passion, like, I was going to say something egotistical on the Twitter argument we had about passion, because I was like, passion leads to dedication and the skills that you learn and what you put them towards. And he's like, well, I'm not, you know, and Forum was like, well, I'm not like that passionate about League of Legends, but I still write about it well. You know, I do it because that's not the first thing you mentioned. I was like, yeah, but your passion to actually write, no, your passion originally allowed you to write about your Counter-Strikes and your Quakes, things that you were, and that taught you the skills that you can apply that to League of Legends. And I was pretty annoyed, and I wanted to just say, yeah, you know, like, I'm very passionate about esports, and I run 3 different companies and work like as an agent or have employees of like 8, 9 people, and you know, you two take jobs. How hard is that to take jobs? And that was quite egotistical, and I didn't want to say it, but it pissed me off.
But you said it now.
Passion is everything. And they didn't defend Slasher, those two, as well. But that's because Slasher has a track record of pissing people off, though. And we're waiting on Reese. I have no other stories. You got any stories, Weppas? What happened to your hat?
I was muted.
Your
I don't know, I
microphone's
left
been
it.
muted.
No, I left it upstairs. It's warm in the studio. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like when we planned 2013 shows and we had the Weppas show, 6 hours of just Weppas. I'm not sure we're going to make it through the 6 hours Weppas.
It's gonna be interesting to see. That's
Maybe.
That's the other thing I say when I cast. Yeah, and it's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, it's good.
I gotta break those habits, but
Maybe for a new esports show, you could just wear like lycra pants, like workout pants, you know, and then just like empty your love sack. You know,
I know trans
guys, no, you know what I mean, because that's what Lauren Elise was doing. I mean, you're taking it out of context,
she was
guys.
shrinking them, though. She wasn't
Let
emptying
me
them.
explain. Lauren Elise was like, I'm going to stream, and she was like, and she wore these really tight pants, and then she emptied her love sack with a vacuum cleaner, and
Shrunk them.
yeah. You know, or shrunk the love sack, yeah. So she took a vacuum cleaner, and then love sack is like a big
beanbag.
beanbag.
Yeah.
And and that was her easy, you know, that's what she was doing on Twitch. And you know, admittedly, when I say that to you, it you know, it still sounds like a great idea, Weppas. I mean, your love sack could, and that could be a show. But unfortunately, it's not that good of a show, apparently, because Trance is an asshole, right? Trance is a fucking dick. There were 400 people watching a Lauren Elise shrink her love sack.
They were learning,
and
man.
Trance comes on, and he's like, this ain't esports.
It's not
This
part
ain't
of the
fucking
TOS.
esports.
You violated the TOS.
And then so Trance took down Lauren Elise's stream, right? Like a motherfucker. And the thing is, I was so pissed. I was really fucking angry at you, Trance. Do you know why? Because we streamed Victory Cat giving birth to kittens.
No, that was different, and that's the point that Clutch brought up. When we did that, our channel was A, not listed, B, not playing a game, C, moved to fucking Justin TV. But I don't want to get into this. It's been sorted. We've explained with Lauren. Everything's been cleared out. I just don't. There's no need to go back there.
So is she like bound to wear the hat and sweaters?
She's
and
not bound
glasses
to
and
do
everything.
anything, right? She's not
Yeah,
bound to
because
do
she came
anything,
back
yeah.
on stream when she was allowed to stream again, Trance the Nazi. And this was only after the show that we complained that mods banned me for calling Lauren Elise a seal, and I got banned from NASL chat. And then we're starting a fight here, Trance, and I'm on Lauren Elise's side.
What's the story with that Reese guy?
But anyway,
brilliant.
Lauren Elise, we're very sorry. If you want to come over and stream, you can always come over here and help empty or reduce my love sacks. And we'll live stream it, Lauren. So, Clutch, send her the message. Anyway, back on to real eSport news. If it gets any realer, we're going to talk to Reese. Reese is from Athene Live, one of the managers. He's also on Own3D, so there's actually a fresh opinion of that kind of stuff. And also, he's part of, I think, Union for Gamers. So I'm going to call him up. Never spoke to the guy before. He's got lovely hair, though, from his Skype picture. So hopefully he's cool as me, if possible.
Oh, he's got a cam.
He's got a cam.
He's got a cam.
Hi, Reese.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
We're doing fine. We've got you on cam, but I can't bring it up right now because then my Skype would be over the internet. So we're just going to have to listen to you.
My face is just for you guys. So
Yes. Yes. And I appreciate you guys not wearing clothes in Belgium. Thank you, Reese, for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hopefully everyone can hear you. You're wired up to everybody so we can all talk to you. So originally, my comment was, just want to say, that Athene was like, I want to show gamers how to do stuff, how to stream legally and all this stuff. And then he ended up restreaming other people's content with his face in the bottom of the screen. And he was just watching like a Twitch TV World of Warcraft tournament. And unless he had permission to do that, which he didn't because we spoke to the people, that was a bit weird, Reese.
Wait, was it Athene or someone on Athene Live, like one of our?
It was Athene, yeah.
Then you're talking about like the one time that Brain Deadly was in a tournament and he was watching and he was advertising the stream. So he actually sent back then 2,000 viewers to that stream. But then someone from Twitch contacted him and said, like, you cannot do this. You're watching it on your stream. And then we stopped, of course.
Well, what did you expect, Reese? Like, if this was the other way around, it would have been the same. You know, it's it was actually sorry to interrupt you. It was actually the organizers' request for us to go to Athene and try and put that down. And even so, you know, normally Twitch doesn't take action unless, you know, they're required by the actual partner, because that's how the DMCA works. So the actual guys running the tournament were not happy with it. So the logic of bringing more viewers to them didn't really work out for that tournament organizer. That was all.
I understand, but the thing is, at the time, because of the amount of viewers that we brought them, we thought it was no issue. And of course, we stopped as soon as we realized it was an issue. But yeah, we understand that can be problematic, and yeah.
We'll leave it at good intentions.
Gone bad.
However, I just want to say that the way you said that, it made it sound like all Athene does with his Athene Live platform is restream Twitch streams and make money off of it.
No. We've only seen it, like, as I said, like a couple of times or something. But it was just weird that, like, Athene wanted to say, hey, join, here's a network, you know, Athene Live. We're going to work with you guys how to stream legally. And he even did some, like, videos, and then he ended up doing this. And even though, you know, because like, even your answer now kind of says, yeah, it's wrong. But it was with good intention to kind of maybe bring Athene's viewer base and awareness to the tournament that was going on. So, in my opinion, there's not much just in the clarification, or no, sorry, the answer to why it happened, especially when he wanted to be professional. But I am actually interested in talking to you about Athene Live, Reese. You're one of the managers, correct?
Yeah. Like Athene and I, we sort of do everything together. Like it's a two-man team. We get some help out, like administratively and stuff like that, and community-wise from our girlfriends. But it's mostly Athene and I. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's going on with Athene Live and Own 3D? Is there anything there that's up in the air right now? Because obviously there's been a lot of talk about professionalism in esports, which you know, you've shown us lots of, and me too, actually. But of course, what's going on with the Own 3D contract and Athene? Because I know I'm just kind of recall what the deal was. I remember when the people joined Athene Live via when people joined Own 3D via Athene Live, they would get like 5 CPM or the same CPM as Athene, and he would, you know, give them what they're earning, and he would promote them and have them under a network.
Yeah.
Have you what's happened with Own 3D and Athene Live lately? Because obviously everyone's seen a lot of people move away from Own 3D.
Yeah, it's Own 3D is in really bad shape, obviously, at the moment, and we are considering all options. But most of all, we would love to see Own 3D just do better, and that's not because we have some sort of special personal interest in it. We just see that would probably be the best thing for the landscape, just for the live streaming landscape in general, if somehow Own 3D can recover from the position it's currently in. And we are prepared to, you know, to do stuff for that. Right now, I can't say that we have any plans to. We're basically talking to Oleg, talking to people like Curse, etc., and checking around, having regular conversations like, what could we possibly do to make the situation better? Because we like the live streaming landscape. We like that there's competition. We wouldn't want to see Twitch kind of getting a monopoly. As good as Twitch is doing, it's not because we are against Twitch or anything. It's that we think the competition would be very, very good, and it would be sad to see Own 3D go down.
Yeah, of course. Monopoly was one of the things that obviously, if it's good if there isn't a monopoly, because it drives competition and competitive deals.
No, he's correct. You know what they say.
Yeah,
Hope is the last one to die. So.
Yeah, but like
makes
I'm
sense. Hope
interested.
springs
Like,
eternal.
you're part of Union for Gamers, right? Is that part of what? Is that
Yes.
Yeah. What is Union for Gamers?
Okay, so Union for Gamers is the YouTube network that is actually run by Curse, but it is called Union for Gamers because we actually worked with Curse. I guess you could call us consultants or something, but
Yeah.
the reality is that there's no true job title that we have. We don't get paid for it. We were just like, look, we like the fact that Curse is coming into the landscape with this. With YouTube networks, we think a lot of things can be done a lot better in terms of YouTube networks. And if we can actually guide this and co-write the contract and such, then, and if you guys really want to go to that extent, then we would love to promote what you guys are doing. And that's what we did. We co-wrote a contract for gamers, very high CPM, no strings attached, etc. And that's what Union for Gamers is at the moment. It's a YouTube network. Whether that's going to cross over into live streaming and there's going to be a live streaming component.
Well, you have live streaming listed on the website. Do they live stream on Own 3D or YouTube?
Yes, there is a Curse live streaming component. There's Curse has been experimenting with live streaming with their Curse Own 3D network. And so yeah, there's that. But of course, with Own 3D in the shape that it is right now, of course, everybody is looking into all the options, and I don't have all the information myself right now.
Surely Curse might be interested in Own 3D as a takeover. Is that not something that you've heard rumors of?
Sure. I hear people talking about that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. I myself have nothing concrete on that either. So.
Okay. Yeah. And has a fiend been paid on time by Own 3D? Is this something that has?
Well, we have had issues with payments with Own 3D ourselves, and yeah, it's not been very good at all.
What were the reasons? Like, what were reasons did they give you?
What reasons did they give us? I don't think much of the time we even got a lot of reasons. It was basically like, hey guys, we're not getting paid, what's up? And they're like, we'll get back to you. And, not all that. There wasn't much reasons that we got about it. It was just very, very bad. But luckily, the past months, it's been perfect because we get paid out by Curse. Whether or not they get paid out by Own 3D, they still pay out their streamers. So that's been working very well. But yeah, with Own 3D, purely when we were just with Own 3D, that was not very good. And we had to constantly push them to pay us out, to pay our streamers out, and say like, look guys, this is going to be a terrible backlash for you guys if you don't pay, because we're going to make a video about that. We don't want people to go to Own 3D.
You could make a video about that, yeah, of course. But if you're representing gamers under potentially what is the Union for Gamers, and you've got Curse behind you, and okay, you're getting paid now, but in terms of the back payments, I mean, what kind of security did the players have that joined the Fiend Live? Because I remember Hydramis was there. Some of the top WoW streamers were on a Fiend Live. What kind of security did you offer them that if they weren't getting paid on time, apart from just making a video? I mean, what did you have within your company in terms of infrastructure? Did you have lawyers? Did you look into why you weren't getting paid in terms of any legalities behind it? I mean...
Oh, nothing at all, to be honest. Athene Live was an Own 3D network. It was not us. Like, Athene Live is not us as a company trying to set up a lot in terms of infrastructure around that. So all the responsibility really fell on Own 3D, and that was clear in people's contracts and such, that they were dealing with Own 3D, not with some sort of intermediary that we were taking care of. So yeah, that was all straight to Own 3D, yeah.
Okay, then, all right. I mean, you've cleared up. I mean, it's nice to hear someone, a fresh face on the kind of sides of what's happening within the streaming business and what's going on. Just because we've heard, from Destiny and a lot of other people from Own 3D, and obviously Athene Live was one of the biggest partners Own have outside of like League of Legends. All right, cool. So when do we next get to see Athene say silly shit at events?
When do we get to see Athene where?
Say silly shit at events. Like, where's he next?
No plans yet, but...
You're not going to Cbit?
Cbit. Hey, that's a good question. I don't think so. We didn't go there last year. We tend to go where Razer likes us.
Does he work for Razer, Athene? I heard he did.
Not really. Like, we have a very specific deal with Razer. Razer came to us and was interested in sponsoring us. But the thing is, we don't. We try to just gain more exposure and relevance so we can do bigger charity projects. And in light of that, we just told Razer, like, look, what would really do a lot is if we would have a lot of things to give out to the community, a lot of gear to give out to the community, because you can do big events with that kind of stuff. And we actually have a deal with them where we have access to $500,000 of Razer gear that we are free to give out how we see fit. And we leverage that for all sorts of charity events and stuff. So that's our relationship with Razer. We're not on Razer's payroll, but we love how they work and how they support us and how they're open to totally crazy out-of-the-box ideas like, hey, can we have access to $500,000 of Razer gear? And that's it. That's all there is to our relationship with them.
Okay, all right. No, I just assumed that there might be something. I mean, that's a lot to it. I just assumed there might be something more to it. But it's nice to be educated on some of Fiendline's live stuff. So thanks for coming on, Reese.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys for having me. It was really cool that you guys
Yeah.
immediately replied and had me on. That was awesome.
Yeah. We're gonna after this. We're gonna watch some of Fiend live. We'll be restreaming it on Twitch. My face at the bottom.
Free to restream it in live.
Oh, cool. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, Reese, for coming on. We'll see you another time. So maybe at an event, hopefully. See ya.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Bye.
I've actually met that guy once before, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. He was at Gamescom, and he was I think he was the camera guy with a Fiend, and the Fiend was interviewing me and Zoe. But yeah, no, it's interesting to get another point of view. I know we've now got a lot of, like, it's interesting to know what they're up to as well, like, because Union for Gamers, it's under the Curse network, so basically it looks like Curse are doing a YouTube network similar to TGS and Machinima, which are obviously big because Curse make a shit ton of money. And the fact is, I believe that Curse were most likely paying the people on Own3D before Own3D pay them, knowing that they will get their money because Curse have a huge company. It's like, hello, meet our lawyers. So yeah, okay, that's interesting. I also heard Curse as well. We're interested in building some teams in StarCraft 2, so we'll see if that happens. But anyway, let's get into some fucking news because we're way behind. Just been the talk shit about what might be happening in Esports Day.
That's what people like, though.
Yeah, there's a new title now apparently Metabee's put up, which is The Good Studio. We don't just talk about drama, we create it. News, Hellspawn not that manly. Okay, we need a break again.
No. Hellspawn called me during the break we had, just because I said, come on, man, you just pussied out. You have a small cold, you don't want to come over. And he called me just so I could listen to his voice.
Oh,
and
really?
it literally sounded like he was dying. So,
Okay.
Sorry, Hellspawn. We understand your decision now.
We're in Dota 2 news, and that's why we've got Weppas in the corner.
Yeah.
Dota Hut Invitational announced and started. Do you know what this is, Wep?
Yeah, it's an invitational.
Stop
I
talking to
think
Richard
it's
Lewis
16
Skype.
teams or something.
16 teams invitational.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
$2,000. Fnatic,
Yeah, 16 or 8. I don't
Sports,
know.
MTW, No Tidehunter, Team Dignitas. It's on Join Dota. I'm taking over your news segment.
Yeah, they've been playing some games. I believe it's Neo Dota casting it.
Who's Neo Dota casting?
Yeah, I think Mort is casting it together with, he's been doing it with
Draskell,
NY John and another guy. I think Mort is casting most of it since Draskell is casting D2L. But I believe it's on Neo Dota.
Okay.
And I think there's more games tonight, actually.
There's a Play for Dota 2 tournament 2013 announced, and when I click the link I go to their Twitch TV page, so potentially the news is, oh no it's not, it's here now. Whoa, pop-ups. €400 prize pool. So if you're interested in this, you can go to 4players.de, 4pl, no, yeah, 4pl.4players.de. And basically you've got smaller tournaments if you're interested in taking part, but there's so much going on in Dota now. It's
4PL is actually some really good tournaments. They have almost, I believe they had weekly tournaments, or at least monthly tournaments last year, which was like 400 or 500 euros every week or every month, and they're really good, and I believe they're like really good organized as well, and people get paid. So if you want to try your luck against better teams, you should go and play in them.
Okay. Also in Dota 2, we've got the Armageddon Dota 2 Grand Slam Asia. I'm trying to
Oh,
click
yeah,
it. Registration open for Singapore and Malaysia. Click to register below. Let's register. What's the prize money for this on Armageddon? When does it even start?
I don't know. I haven't read up on that one.
Oh, it's $20,000 tournament. And it looks like you can actually get, it's, brought to you, but they've even got the Valve logo. You can bring up my screen if you want, Chance, just so other people can see what I'm looking at. But yeah, I've never heard of these guys before. You, Weppas?
No.
Yeah, so you've got $20,000, which is a big chunk of change. And they've even got the Valve logo on there. And I actually, Valve, a lot of people were interested in how they were going to work with esports. And actually, there's someone from Valve has actually been contacting people asking, in terms of getting in touch with esport, like event organizers and partners to kind of talk to them to see if they can plan their year. So it looks like Valve might be a little bit more hands-on than people expected them to.
Been reaching out.
Yeah, because they've actually been reaching out, and I actually got a message from one of them as well. And then,
I think it's mostly it feels like it's mostly for Dota TV, so they can plan them up, so they can have them ready and shit. So it's like,
probably,
not like, oh shit, we have a tournament tomorrow, we need a Dota TV ticket, and it's got to be free. So like it happened with DreamHack where it's delayed and stuff. So most likely planning up that, I guess. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think it probably is for the Dota TV stuff. But
and maybe for bigger tournaments as well, with in-game items and stuff like they had during TI, where with multi-kills and first bloods and whatever. Probably that with, what's it called? The team stuff, whatever.
Team, what are they called? Team, not banners, but they... Pennants.
Pennants, yeah.
Yeah, team pennants.
I was thinking badges, but no, pennants,
10 points.
Yeah. Oh, okay. MetaB's updating. All right, the big one. Everyone's been waiting for this.
This is what we're waiting for.
This is what's happening. The Staff Cup returns. That's right. Join Dota have done... Is it Join Dota that organised this?
No, it's 4PL.
It's 4PL, isn't it? Just Join Dota posted. Sorry, 4PL. We said this wrong last time and then we got corrected. So 4PL organised a Staff Cup where there's no prize money, just bragging rights. The first one was won by me, Weppas, Scriff, Paisy, and
Break the Desk.
And we also had another player in there before.
Fun Mayo.
We stopped everybody. The fact was we were awesome. We won, and we've been bragging ever since.
Yep.
There was another one, and they didn't invite us because they wanted a chance. They called it the amateur Staff Cup. So we weren't allowed in as professionals. Forfeit Valencia, big finish, top 4, and of course, winning the Staff Cup. A lot of people said that we shouldn't be allowed to enter because we're professionals.
Yeah.
We said, it's fine. We'll play with our feet. And we did, and we won. So now the Staff Cup returns, and they've allowed us to rejoin. Obviously, there's new rules in the Staff Cup. Apparently, you're allowed to have 1 professional per team. That's what it's an unwritten rule, but I've been looking at the lineups, and that's what they've got. So if we actually go down, they've written about it on Join Dota. This is going to be happening the 26th, right? This weekend.
Saturday at 5 p.m.
And
CET.
obviously, they've got a professional player per team, so I don't know who their professional is. Holy shit, look, Beyond the Summit have Pyrian Flax as their professional player. Probably going to be supported by Winter, whoever that guy is.
I don't know.
And this is our team. It's going to be Weppas, Paisy, Too Good, Draskell, and Scriff. The professional player is going to be Sing Sing, who is going to be sat behind us, telling us which tower to kill and how many rapiers to buy.
Yep.
So yeah, Toby's already said that they want a camera in our tournament area so they can see Sing Sing's not playing for me. But the fact is, it's you can't really tell the difference between me and Sing Sing when we both play anyway. It's just like 2 peas in a pod. I mean, we played a game yesterday. And he was playing Tinker. He went 30 kills, 1 death.
34, 4, and 14, I believe.
Yeah, but when I showed up, I was
you had
halfway through.
50 or 60 kills on the team, I believe.
It was fucking brilliant.
Something like that.
Finished the game, he had more than twice as many kills as pretty much everybody else.
Yeah. I think Staisha had 1 kill out of 60 on
Staisha
your
was
team.
amazing.
Dude,
game.
no, his lifestealer.
Staijo found a better way to get experience than going
Yeah.
into the jungle.
Oh, yeah, that's
What you
actually
do
really
is
smart.
you play Nax, and then you jump into Sing Sing on his Tinker, and then you just AFK. And when Sing Sing jumps around the map and gets kills and farms creeps, you level up.
Next level.
So Staijo was just sat back.
And then
drinking
you
a
never
beer,
get the
getting
abandonment
levels.
either because
Yeah.
you get
It's
XP all the
GPM,
time.
yeah.
It's fucking genius, man.
It's fucking
And
yeah.
then you jump out at 58 minutes and get 1 kill, and
Yeah. Yeah.
you've been part of the game.
Save your honor, man. That's all that matters.
So basically, to sum this tournament up, basically, Beyond the Summit have brought in a professional player called Winter, but we're going to fuck him up badly.
Yeah.
They've also got Bruno, which is going to be tough, because we're going to have to prepare for no leg strats. Join Dota are in here with Toby1 Kenobi, Celeste Purge. There's lots of other people, EU managers, there's some Russian casters. You want to beat the Russian casters. That's the team that Weppas wants to beat, because he got
And
smack-talked.
Toby.
He got smack-talked, Weppas, on a stream.
Fucking Versuda.
And basically everyone
Calling
hopes
him
it's
out.
us versus BTS in the grand finals. There's no guarantee we're going to get there, but we will make it entertaining. So Trance is going to hook up we're going to have Semmler and Adebisi commentate our games
And
from
Sing
the
Sing.
studio.
Sing
Yeah,
Sing
and
might
Sing-
join for cast as well.
And Sing Sing.
Maybe, because we might want him as a coach.
And Sing Sing.
Well,
but
when
we
the
might-
game starts, he
well,
can
no, I think
fuck off.
you can hear him from the office. Sing is probably just going to turn around and be like, "You fucking retards!"
No, that'll be Draskell.
Right.
That's the one you're going to be hearing.
Okay,
No, Draskell's just gonna rise, so...
Draskell's just going to carry you guys.
Semmler and Adebisi are going to commentate Dota 2, our game specifically. They're going to be following the Good Studio team, right?
Yeah.
Live hit. We're going to they're going to be hooked into our Skype, so when
Yes.
you watch them, you can hear us talk in game.
Yeah, we're gonna...
And they're going to be in the broadcaster slot, so there's no delay. And we're also going to put a camera on our
Office
office
replay,
space,
yeah.
so you can see that we're not cheating. It is in fact, and that has a microphone in it as well,
Yeah.
so you can see we're not cheating. And that's going to be 26, which is this Saturday.
Saturday at 5 p.m.
Yeah, so that should be really fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to smack talk the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, your smack talk last time was really good in the lobbies.
It
so-
was really good.
It was
wasn't
actually
It's
really good.
like,
I can't wait for it. It's gonna be fun.
if you missed my lobby smack talk last time, there's no excuse. You have to watch this time. I will be taking them down. But yeah, it should be really fun. So I hope you guys tune in and support us. As we'll probably fail really badly, but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make people.
It's
I'm
gonna
just
be
gonna try
fun
and make
though.
people
It's gonna
cry.
be really fun.
I'm gonna smack talk in game as well if things are going good. Last time we played, I was.
There are no rules about it.
Yeah, I know. Last time I played though, I was kind of like I had to concentrate a lot to actually get last hits and shit because that was hard, right? This time, I want to take more of a passive meta game role where I get more typing time because I think that will really work
support.
out.
I'll give you
Are you gonna play
junglers.
fifth?
Don't worry.
Okay, good. All right, let's get back into the document. So that's the Staff Cup this Saturday. It's really fun. You should definitely watch it. Gigabyte Mineski Pro Gaming League adds Dota 2. So Gigabyte are getting more involved. There's a YouTube video up on YouTube
Holy
with
shit!
the details. So Gigabyte did some stuff before, so hopefully this works out good. Player changes. MTW, obviously, with them looking to shut down, potentially. No confirmation exactly yet what they're doing, but Cinderin and Co. officially leaves MTW.
But they're gonna stick together.
Huh?
They're
And
gonna
gonna
stick
stay
together and play.
Okay. Yamate leaves Orange, joins
Or-
Zenith.
No, that wasn't never confirmed, right?
No, that's you're confusing.
Oh yeah, I was confused. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mushi was the one that
Mushi
was
is
never
probably
confirmed,
saying,
but
yeah.
Yamate was the one that was confirmed. Sorry.
Gamer University announces their European lineup.
Yeah, they got 3 teams now.
They got 3 teams,
Yeah.
right?
It's gonna get pricey.
Okay. I don't know what to do with this news. I just don't.
Just go, man. Just go.
Alright.
Keep on it.
XX5 disbands PGG's team.
Surprise.
Why are you laughing at that? Is it just...
I don't know. It's 4th team since international or something. I don't know. 5th
really?
maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of like that was the longest lasting team since the international, though I believe.
How long did he last with his team?
A month, maybe?
A month. Wow, that's pretty good.
I don't know, but like PGG teams right now, it's like once you see a new team with PGG, it's like, whoa, surprising news. I wonder how long this is gonna last. And then it's like 3 weeks later they disband, and everyone's like, oh no, PGG. And then when there's another new team, so like some like really hardcore PGG fans, just like, yeah, this time it's gonna work.
You know, PGG asked Singh if he could join his team.
I heard some other players as well.
Singh told me, and I'm like, no.
I heard some other players as well, which is kind of hilarious, but yeah.
Lamb and friends become rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Seriously, this name, apparently. Chinese lineup with ex-players from International.
Lamb played in eHome, I believe.
Sorry? Lamb, yeah.
He played the tiny...
Yeah.
That's like the biggest one that people remember against Orange or something.
What's the whole lineup look like? Okay, we got it.
I can't remember.
IC, Fan, Kaboo, Low, and Lamb. And they're called Rattlesnakes.
Yep.
Or Rattlesnake. You can look at the news here in front of me just to see the logo. It's on Join Dota again. We seem to be raping their site for Dota content. Any expectations of what they're meant to be entering with this lineup? Are they going to try and do G League?
No idea.
Season?
I'm guessing, since it's a Chinese lineup, I'm guessing they're going to try for the Chinese leagues, but I don't really know what to expect since I haven't really.
Yeah, but
seen
Lamb was a really.
I believe he played in eHome, and he played like one of the biggest comeback games when it was eHome versus Orange.
Yeah,
with the tiny he played Tiny,
yeah. So he made a big name for himself if he wasn't already big. Okay. So the Fnatic NA thing that we spoke about.
Yeah, we read a bit about
apparently
it
there
before.
were some problems with Fnatic North America.
Yeah, there was some drama about it, which was like I read up on it before, and that was only one player's point of view, so I can't really say too much. But it was Derp who played in the Fnatic North America lineup, and basically for 2 weeks now or something, the manager as well as one player has been discussing that they're gonna drop the whole team
and just keep that one player.
Just keep that one player and build a new team because the.
And they did, or.
Yeah, they've done it, but like they were discussing for 2 weeks because they weren't satisfied with results and stuff, and then he basically came out with it with a Skype chat where the manager was like, "Yeah, blah blah blah, we're gonna keep him because of this and this," and he's like, "You're biased because you're the only one talking to him, or like that's the only player you're talking to, and whatever." So it's some drama with NA Dota and. Derp pretty much came to the conclusion with that's the biggest problem in NA Dota right now, that people just want like better rosters, so they like fuck over players all the time and like just wants to kick players and get better players, and that's why the NA Dota is kind of a joke. Like you got some really good teams, but people are still kind of like, when you see a new NA Dota team, it's are they gonna stick? How many players are gonna swap before they're actually a stable roster and whatnot. So he said basically that's what it boils down to. Like they're kind of greedy, the players with the rosters, from what I heard. But
they just made a statement on Fnatic side like an hour ago regarding this.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah. So there's a link
about?
to the nadota.com thread in chat that people have been linking, and there's also more about it on Fnatic. So if you're interested in what's going on with NA Dota and Fnatic NA, then go check it out.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, Fnatic always want big results, and they should be super happy with their European team. But at the same time, I don't think they could expect to have big results out of North America with their lineup, especially since the player pool in terms of...
I mean, there are strong players, but it's kind of like what he said, where it's you got strong players, but they just want to play with better players all the time. So if someone starts making mistakes or having a bad month, it's like we got to replace that player fast, because otherwise our team is going to go down, and we... gotta get this going, and it's like you kick the player and get a new one, and then teams just collapse. That's kind of what I understood from it, and that's kind of what I felt, because you've seen teams come up and down all the time, and you've seen players like they go up and play. You have Quantic, and all those players are gone pretty much except for like Korok and Universe. So people just disappear, even though they got really good players. Like they're not really behind in skill. It's just that the teams never really stick together, and it feels like they're kind of greedy that they just want the best players on one team.
Yeah, so. It's so hard for Dota teams to be built up in a way where they can actually take someone that has potential and rise to the top, just because there's not enough organizations that can support the players full time,
Yeah.
so they can take a talent and say 3 months time you're going to be shit hot, and if you're not, then at least we've done 3 months and we can end it there if no one's happy with the results. So it'd be interesting to see how that evolves over in North America as well as here in Europe. Results. Join Dota. The defense has been going on. There's some tiebreakers, so we can check out the groups here. You've got Group A, Mouse Sports winning that 6-0. Empire and Dignitas, first and second tiebreaker. Evil Geniuses and No Tide Hunter just finished today, that game. EG won that one?
Yeah, they did.
So there's a tiebreaker there as well. So
and then there's a tiebreaker further down as well for third, fourth, fifth.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like shitloads of tiebreakers.
So there's going to be lots of extra games. And just check. It's really good. I've enjoyed the games. All the Dota has been really good so far. It seems like it's at that point in Dota 2 where all the big international teams are still not scared of showing their tactics, because at the moment there is no real offline season.
Yeah.
So the online season is so important that they won't, you get the biggest names in these online tournaments.
Yeah, and there hasn't really been like invites rolling out yet for international either, so people are still sticking to like they just show everything because they're not it's not sure that they're going there, so they just show like everything off to just play and just wants to win. So.
But I got a feeling that there's going to be a much better offline season hopefully this year for Dota 2. So I know some
really nice.
event organizers are all looking at trying to figure out how to put Dota 2 in and make it work. So this online period for the next few months might be the strongest when if offline happens in a big way for Dota 2, which it really does need to happen this year. It would be a waste if they didn't take this opportunity with the player base and the kind of
and with the
prestige
amount of
it
teams coming up as well. There's a lot of underdog teams that take games off pro players, but it's just or pro teams, but it's just there's not enough for them to win or earn enough money to keep on playing. So
welcome back,
more.
Mike.
It's good to be back.
Where have you been?
I just on my computer. I was boring down here, man.
Yeah. Let me guess what you did on your computer. You sat and watched the show.
Yeah, but I got to read chat, man, and that's the thing without Hellspawn here. It's like there's no laptop, and apparently Semmler, he can't lend his laptop to his friend on his birthday, so I was bored.
Sack
so,
of shit. Fucking low blow, man.
So I just went up there. I don't think the show was any worse.
How was chat?
Chat was pretty active today. I gotta give a lot of credit to chat. It was good. Good job, chat.
They're doing well.
All right, so thanks, Weppas, for bringing us up to date on Dota 2. And get training for the Staff Cup. What position are you going to play?
I'm guessing I'm going to play mid.
Going to play mid.
So I'm going to practice shitloads of 1v1 with Sing.
Why are you disclosing your strategies?
We don't have strategies.
No, but I'll probably swap out, but I'm just saying I'm going to practice shitloads of 1v1 with Sing, so no one's going to beat me mid this Staff tournament. That's the one lane we're going to win every game.
We're going 5-man mid. We're 4 people supporting Web. All right, then. So some StarCraft 2 stuff. TL Attack returns, apparently.
Returns.
Returns. What is this, Mike?
Oh, TL Attack, it's basically like a Team Liquid show where they get some hosts who it's now In Control and Cats hosting it, and they have a guest on, and then basically it's like fan games, and then they commentate, and there's usually like some kind of condition that the pro player has to do. So it's like I think one last time, I forget what the protoss was, but it's like you have to win, but the only unit you can make is a probe. So he killed some like Gold League guy with probes only, so shit like that. So
when's it on? When's it on? Do you know off the top of your head?
I know I don't have a laptop.
All right.
January 23rd.
January 23rd. So that's tomorrow.
Just 2 days from now.
I thought it was 22nd today.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
it was
man.
22nd.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, TL Attack returns if you're interested in some StarCraft 2 stuff. GSL Code S is back on Twitch.
Yeah, boy.
What happened here?
Your Canadian homeboys in there, man. You gonna represent?
Who? Oh.
I couldn't understand him. I just heard
sorry.
America.
Yeah, Hucky is indeed in Code S. We'll see how. I don't know. He's got a pretty hard group.
He does.
Yeah. The one thing with the GSL round of round of 32 is that the only people who get to pick their opponent is the winner and the runner-up, and so Sniper did pick Huck, so doesn't bode well for Huck. But it's good to sell back on, man. I miss my Artosis fix, and I got it this morning, so.
So why when they say it's back on Twitch?
Oh, it's streaming on Twitch now, so you can watch on the Golem player.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't know if they still use the Golem player, but they have a Flash player on their site.
Yeah.
And then they have the Golem player if they're still using it, and then it's also on Twitch.
Do you reckon they move back to Twitch to kind of compete with the Pro League?
I don't know. Aren't you the guy who works for Twitch? So shouldn't. No, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of awkward because if you have the like premium subscription, you can't watch on Twitch, and so it's only 540p on Twitch even after you pay. So,
the same as the EHQ in the player is the same thing.
no, it's not EH. It's only HQ. It's not EHQ.
On Twitch, man.
Yeah.
And what is that EHQ equal to?
I think EHQ is actually the same resolution, but it's a higher bit rate. Yeah, as I understand it. So. And today, the Golem player thingy, whatever, was like laggy as shit apparently. So there were a lot of complaints. But hopefully, once it all gets ironed out, it'll be good. I think.
Where do you prefer watching it on?
Oh, Twitch. I mean, it's just well, frankly, the chat. I love the chat.
You're a chat whore.
I'm a
Everywhere
big,
you go, you have
yeah,
to have
man.
the chat.
I am a chat whore. So having the chat is good.
People don't really know how fucking trolly we are in the studio. Like. I can't disclose everything we do, but yeah, Mike is Mr. in every chat, and
you don't even want to know about my fake account on Reddit, man. That's where shit really goes down.
Fake account on Reddit. What, Stephen Bonnell II?
all right then. So GSL Code's back on Twitch, so make sure if you're in Europe, you wake up early to watch that if you want to watch it. And when's Huck and Stefano going to be playing?
Not for a bit, I think. I know.
Stefano's the last day.
Stefano is
last
very
group.
late. Yeah.
He's on February 1st, I think.
Yes, he's got some time.
Yeah, February 1st. Huck is on.
There's a poll.
24th.
There's a poll for this, by the way, on Team Liquid of who's going to go through, and it's like Stefano has a lot of votes that he's going to like. Only Stefano makes it through. There's not much going for Huck, but has he improved, Huck? Because
I think he bribed everybody
I mean, he made it through the up and downs.
Yeah.
So
somehow, some way. I really think he paid him off, but you know, yeah, we'll see how he does. I think he's gonna get slaughtered. At least that's my call. Group C. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be so brutal. Sniper, Bomber, and Gumiho. Oh
yeah, I mean, the groups are just so competitive that it.
Even I know that's gonna
yeah,
be really
the Dota player looks at that
man.
and goes, "Oh shit."
like, yeah.
This is
I don't
gonna
know.
be really good. Well, he's one of two, so we got Stefano to keep the hope going. EG's happy.
Yeah, you
They
just got
win
their two
through
players
and
in there.
through. One of them makes it through. They're pretty good. So EG is looking good, all right. At least Alex can put that
All right.
in his cap.
So let's move on. So MLG have announced, at least for MLG Dallas, that there's going to be no open bracket, meaning that the format that MLG ran pretty much all last year, apart from the arenas, which were the invitationals.
No, the arenas were also open qualifiers.
Oh, really?
You could qualify. Like, it was an open
okay.
qualifier as well.
Okay, so basically MLG for Dallas don't have an open bracket, and the open brackets were like, what, 256?
Yeah,
Players?
I think it was like 232 because it plugged into the champion bracket, so there wasn't quite as many
okay.
slots. But yeah, so no open bracket, which I mean, to me, I feel like the open bracket is. I mean, the biggest loser here are those like kind of players, the North American players who want like a shot, right?
Exactly.
But I feel like the open bracket is one of those things that the community like wants to support, but then it doesn't really support too much. Like when there were when they added additional streams, I was actually one of the first guys there helping commentate them. Like, I don't think that many people really watch those streams, and like I don't think that many people actually. Because, I mean, it's like, how can you watch those streams? There's 4 goddamn streams. Like, why would you watch that one when you can watch the one with the, massive production value, everything else? I think there's just so many logistical errors with, like, because essentially the open bracket is just the Halo format converted over. So I think all this, like, craziness, people going nuts about, like, the open bracket being gone is just, like this needed to happen. Like, and, I mean, he said that Sundance actually posted in the the Reddit topic a few minutes ago, which I got to read upstairs with the computer. And he said that like this was only for Dallas. So I mean, I think there should be an open component. I really like the open live aspect because I think it's a big draw for people to be able to go there and say like, I get to play maybe, you know, Huck or whoever, right? Yeah. And that's a big memory for a lot of people. But like logistically, I always thought the open bracket is just like, this is not the ideal way to go about this.
But that's what made MLG one of the most prestigious tournaments, was the fact that they don't compete with DreamHack on production. They're in North America pretty much only. Well, are only.
USA only.
Yeah, USA only. And they allowed this kind of format which was so crazy that you could never predict who was going to win. But whoever won definitely deserved it because they had to go through a shit ton of games and just, you know, do it all. And that's what made, in my opinion, winning an MLG or watching someone win an MLG like such an achievement. So it's like he says in his tweet, no open bracket for StarCraft 2 in Dallas. We have something else planned for the first event. Details on that soon as we are able. That doesn't make much sense.
Well,
details on that as soon as we are able. Oh yeah. I just read it weird. But like, what do you think they're going to be doing for their first event with no open bracket to get like some sort of storyline in there apart from an invitational?
I mean, I don't know. It's going to be some kind of tournament that's probably based on prior results or, you know, something of the sort. And I don't know. But I mean, I always found, like, of course, you know, Championship Sunday is the epic day, but the first day is always like, well, these guys are playing seeding matches that aren't actually that important. And, like, I mean, I look forward to some change, and I'm eager to see what it's going to be. I think it's kind of too bad how this kind of came out, because it's like you'd much rather, like, because this is bad news, okay? But there's no good news with it. So it's like I'm eager to find out, you know, fully what it's going to be, how it's going to work, if we're going to see some kind of Kespa integration with Kespa players. Like, I don't know. But, I mean, they definitely do need to do something special. But, I mean, this is also going to be the first Heart of the Swarm tournament, so it might not even matter. Although, I mean, probably it's going to be the first Heart of the Swarm tournament.
We don't know. That's up in the air. I mean, this is really what it always comes down to with MLG. They don't know how to control how they're releasing their information, or they don't do it intelligently. It's just like, here's a bunch of bad news. We'll get back to you with why you should be excited.
I'm really curious about how, like, maybe Blizzard fits into all this, because I swear I've seen so many, like, interviews and stuff with Mr. Bitter talking about how, you know, closely him and NASL and everyone else is working with Blizzard, and how, you know, 2013 is going to have a more cohesive storyline to it. And it's like, it's 2013 now, and there's still no major announcements about what's coming for the year, and it's so, like, it just feels bizarre. I don't know. I feel like there should have been.
It takes time to get deals done unless you budget. It's too early.
Yeah. I mean,
it's weird though.
So. Really, we're still just waiting for any kind of news whatsoever from LG and Kespa to see what's going to play out there, especially with
DreamHack haven't announced anything. Yeah. MLG pretty much have just said we're not doing an open bracket for Dallas, but we'll tell you what we're doing later.
Yeah.
Intel Extreme Masters don't normally announce anything until after CeBIT, which is in March.
Although there's some speculation. I saw, I think it was Hasselhoff was tweeting at Carmack asking about if CeBIT will be Heart of the Swarm, and I think there's a possibility it might be. And I mean, that event, I mean, it's what, a month and a half off, but
what is MLG Dallas?
Heart of the Swarm.
So MLG
what date
switching
is
over
it meant
immediately.
to be planned for?
What, Dallas?
Yeah.
The 15th
of
March to the 17th.
Yeah, so it's pretty soon to.
Yeah, I mean, I think he kind of had to come out and say that, like, okay, there's no open bracket because there are people who are buying tickets to this thing intending to compete and so forth. So, I mean, it's good he came out and said this. I just wish they could have kind of given a full set of details about what the event is going to look like.
Yeah, but even some of the replies, you've got like Naniware saying sniff and sniff, so I can't go. Desro was upset. Even Total Biscuit from Axion said that kind of doesn't allow our players to go there maybe as easily. But he also said his team is basically for the GSTL. And then you've got Chan Man saying something similar to me. It's like, you know, the open bracket is what makes MLG so different and full of stories. So I'll be interested to see what MLG come out with this year. But like, I'm not actually. I'm not in the position where I'm just going to say MLG will come out with something awesome because they never seem to get it right the first time. So, I'm sure we're going to get something that everyone flames at, and then they revert, and then they do something, and then they get it right, and then it's too late.
I kind of feel like this is a one-off thing in terms of Dallas, and the other events will probably have that open component because it's always seemed like a big part of the MLG philosophy is just having that. It's like anyone can show up the day of and play, and that's that, right? So I feel like that's kind of part of their philosophy, and all these leagues kind of have part of their philosophy. So I don't know. We'll see.
Start the year off with a bang. It's really
Who knows?
what it's gonna be.
Okay. So we got some player changes in StarCraft 2. We got the SCT.
The STC.
STC.
There you go.
Sorry, joins Complexity. What do you make of that pickup?
I think that's like a perfect fit, pretty much. I mean, Complexity has needed someone, you know, and the SGC has kind of needed a team. So there you go. But I mean, he's traveled to a ton of foreign events, he's experienced that kind of stuff, and he's a hard worker and he's a cool dude. So I think it's good.
Yeah, he's. Definitely one of the
I feel
coolest
like
guys out
Complexity still has some space on their roster though, so I hope they get a couple more players too.
Minigun joins Root. I
Yeah.
don't know what I just said there.
there. Chad motherfucking Jones.
Chad motherfucking Jones. I
He's
mean,
going back.
that change is kind of weird because I mean he was released from Complexity early from his contract, like, and then the same day basically that it's like, okay, now I'm on Root Gaming, and the whole press release when you read it from Complexity is like, yeah, he doesn't want to attend esport LAN events anymore, blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, and then boom, he's on Root. So it's kind of funny, but I think ultimately it kind of comes down to actually it's probably some kind of streaming deal because he still wants to stream, and so by being with Twitch or by being with Root, get a better deal with Twitch, something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah, I think it's also him just maybe taking a step back and coming back to where his roots were. Roots.
This press release is really weird, man. I've got this dude with his head on an eagle. Chad,
oh, the
motherfucking
Root
Jones.
Gaming one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's cool. You know, it's
And we got
Look
this
at
one
that.
here. But he's also, I reckon he's going to have to boot camp. Where do I see players squads? There we go. He's probably going to boot camp and learn more about streaming with this guy.
oh god.
So let's
How
see.
is Athene part of Root if Root is?
You remember they made that partnership like couple months,
Yeah, a while
months
ago.
some months ago?
I know
It's
they
quite
made
a
it.
while ago.
I know they made it. Yeah,
it's
it
like
really
nobody
is.
knew.
Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah. Anyway,
Killer leaves Dignitas.
there's Newman.
Killer was from. Where
He
was
is from
it? No, where was he from? South
America.
Yeah, and he
Where in
was
South
doing
America?
good results for Dignitas down there.
Yeah, I mean, he's like consistently qualified for like every single IEM. He had to cancel out of Katowice. Yeah, I don't know. He's just solid
done
players.
really well for them.
Say again?
Yeah, he's done really well for them. He's actually been winning things.
It's
So,
not.
I mean-
it's not normal that Dignitas will like. Dignitas normally build themselves up that they don't normally have to let a player go. So it's kind of always weird when you see someone leave Dignitas. Do you know any rumors of what he's maybe doing next, or?
No, I got no idea.
Nothing. It was very sudden, it seems. I mean, there's never been a whole lot of talk about him apart from when he won the BWC qualifiers.
It says
But it's
both
just like-
parties could not come to an agreement on a new contract, and so Killer has decided to look into other options. Basically,
Looking
I
for-
would like this much money.
Yeah. This
We
is
think we're fine.
Dude, this is what Newman's been mentioning, the fact that they're really taking a close look at their StarCraft 2 teams on Dignitas. It's really just like, what are they setting up everything for this year?
Huh.
You know, what can we expect from them? Are we going to expect a pre-in pickup? Are we going to expect
And
something big?
Yeah, and when I say that Killer was doing good for Dignitas, it might not mean on an international scale, but like in terms of his region, I think he had some tournaments down there, like that he played and qualified for, and that's really quite important for Dignitas as they work with global brands like Alienware and Intel, where they basically in that report it's like you know in this area we got your exposure, as opposed to all the normal kind of areas that Dignitas are in, like Europe and America. So that's why it seemed like a good partnership, because they really do have that kind of, I wouldn't say philosophy, but structure in terms of when they work with sponsors to build their brand many different places, which is why if you look at the Dignitas squad, you see players from everywhere over many different games, even like Trackmania. All right, tournament results. IEM, first one, spoke about that earlier. In Quake Live, nothing's happened. In Bloodline Champions, there was a tournament.
Yeah, Play BLC.
Play BLC. It was commentated by this guy.
And
Scriff.
Poor Scriff, whatever.
He's
Scriff's
what's that with
somewhere
me,
upstairs.
he's saying. And Ignite
the Flame qualifier.
How many people do you have watch that?
We had about... No, there you are, bro. We had about 850. We topped out about 850, 900.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
Dude, when we were expecting like 4 or 5 max, and we went up to like 859. So I'm really happy with it. Quality of the games were great.
Some more? You gonna do some more BLC?
Yeah. No, this was the qualifier. Then this weekend, this Sunday night, we'll have the tournament. So it's the top 8 teams that qualified. The top 4 will move on. Will not have to participate. Basically, it's going to be a qualifier every other week and a tournament every other week. And so 4 teams will get swapped out that drop out of the tournament. The bottom 4 teams drop out and have to re-qualify. And the top 4 teams can stay into the tournament. And it's just going to keep rotating like that. So you got opportunities for fresh blood. There's a lot of people actually really enjoying it in the chat, in the game, everywhere. There's like a bunch of people
everywhere. Everyone.
Well, in the sense that,
are you going for a new job as Bloodline Champions community manager?
Fuck no. But no, I couldn't see myself working with him ever. But basically, it's like the feedback was great. PlayBLC.com really saw a lot of traffic go through. Like, it's really doing well. So it was a lot of fun to cast with Scriff. In any case, we had a blast. It felt good to cast BLC again. Fuck yeah.
We played some.
Yeah, man. But But this like BLC's got it's something visceral, man. Like you watch that game, you play that game, you fucking feel it. You know, you feel alive. You watch that game, and like the tension in the game, the way that it all unfolds, how the matches can really come down to the wire. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. So it was really satisfying to get to cast it again and watch some top level play. It was a lot of good times. So yeah, playblc.com. Go check it out. And the main tournament, which is going to be the top 8 teams, is going to be happening this Sunday night at 8 p.m., I believe.
Which teams in the top?
Playblc.com won. I believe we also have Mr. Dan Dictory. We have the new Mythy team, which is Chip Saiyan, Mythy, and Insolence, which isn't sponsored by X6. They have a retarded name. And then a bunch of other just random names, like retarded shit that I can't remember.
What kind of comps were played?
Actually, like a bunch of really weird
really?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, I know, because you guys want to hear all about it. Because, yeah, Mike, shut the fuck up. And really, no, BLC, great fucking game. Go check it out. Because people don't know about it. That's the fucking thing. People don't know about it.
I didn't know.
People don't know that it's a lot of fun to get into.
I still don't know what it is, man.
Yeah, I know. You're just all about your StarCraft 2. And StarCraft 2, man, it really needs to grow some balls in comparison to BLC. Going back to BLC just felt so fucking good.
Seriously.
But whatever. We'll get into that another day.
Right,
Let's move on. It's getting late.
Yeah, it was a good recap. Like it. So you're going to do that Sunday again?
Yeah, Sunday night we're going to be doing it again on this channel.
Cool. All right then. So
It's fucking passion right there.
Yeah, that's
It was
passion.
so
Passion.
good. It's so good.
In your face, Richard Lewis.
It's so good playing the game,
Good shadow.
commentating the game, watching the game, everything about the game. It's just so good.
Actually, yeah, we played it, and it was really fucking fun because
It
was really
the thing
fun
is the
to play it
tournament
again.
system. I worked with them to put in still runs,
Yeah.
so you can turn up and there'll be just a tournament, and you just click enter play, and then you get qualification
Make your
brackets,
team,
and
get in it.
And we lost to second round.
We lost second round, but we lost to the DreamHack Summer Champions. I mean, there was no fucking way we were gonna win.
Yeah. Those fucking assholes purposely didn't bother in the qualification because you get an hour and you play as many games as you want in the hour, and the more and it changes your ELO, so you get a special ladder just for an hour, and if you're at the top, you get rank 1 in the brackets, right? And then so this team's obviously a bunch of cunts, and they were just play one game, make sure we qualify because. Normally the qualification's up to 128 teams or 64, and obviously there's only 50 teams in the table. You know that you're going to get in, so they qualified 44th or something. Not at the bottom, but
I know we busted our ass, get in there 6th, 7th. You know,
we played 8 games and went 7-1,
man.
and then we lose second round. But I got gold coins.
Yeah, man. Gonna buy some of those sick weapons.
Yeah.
Sick tournament weapons.
Now the story just continues. All right, then. So that wraps up the end of the show. Yeah, there's nothing more to say, really. There's just been so much going on. Last week, there was still that journalism, professionalism,
so much drama.
Summing isms, lots of isms last week. So everyone's shows have kind of blown up with drama.
Yeah.
You've got Climbing the Ladder, which is on now with Kevin Lin, who's going to be talking about CPMs and streaming, which is really good because there was some stuff posted on ESFI about how if there's more streamers, you get less money, which is pretty stupid.
He corrected. He amended the article.
Oh, okay, he amended the article. So Kevin's going to be on Climbing the Ladder now, which is worth checking out, with Chan Man V and John Clark, and I think Red Eye is often on there. In terms of tournaments to watch, we've got the Staff Cup this weekend.
Important.
You got BLC this weekend. Anything going on in StarCraft
Iron
2?
Squid.
Iron Squid.
Iron Squid, yeah.
Is that
it's
happening this weekend?
Everything, man.
It's just a one-day event.
Yeah.
And that's four players.
Top 4.
Yeah. It's,
Life, Marine King, DRG, and Nis Tizzle.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's going to be on. So make sure you check out Iron Squid if you want your StarCraft 2 content. In Quake Live, there's of course always on Sundays the Face It Cups.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's more in Dota as well. There's D2L, Defense, and Dota Hut.
yeah.
Let's talk about
SoCal Regionals happened. Shit, that's right.
Oh yeah, SoCal Regionals happened.
Well,
Yeah, it wasn't a document.
Scriff and I watched. Let me see.
We all
PR Battle Royale came in third
In Street Fighter, yeah.
in Street Fighter. Who came in second though? It was fucking Infiltration 1. Infiltration 1, and then
Wasn't it
Hugo 101. Yeah, Hugo 101 came in second. So there's our SCR news. Yeah,
And then when's Marvel?
Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel was on as
What's
well.
this Marvel?
Yeah, Raw won Marvel.
He won Marvel? Did you watch that one?